Gourmet to the Stars, Scene 9. CEAD interrupts my dinner date. Characters: Lory Gato, Gilasia, Moustache Man, in voice only. A faint hissing noise became louder and ended in a plop. The sound came from a part of the wall close to Lasia. It glowed dimly, and for a brief time the textures were outlined like those of a paper lantern. The radiance faded, then the hissing began again. "Your pardon, Lory." In 2 small steps she was to it. She reached across to retrieve a small com. "Gilasia?" I looked back to the table. My tea waited patiently. Eventually my throat would dry from talking. Long before that point, propriety demanded I refresh myself with a small libation. Now was as good a time as any. I walked a few yards. "Lory?" I turned. The part-empty mug nestled protectively in my grasp. Her tone had become impersonal. The heat from my drink wasn't so great. It was cool enough to drink without burning my lips. An irrational urge to blurt "Iceberg" bubbled inside. I kept it in. She held the com in my direction. My brow furrowed itself a second. Mock puzzlement was called for. I'd been tracked down again, but Lasia didn't look happy. I put down my mug regretfully and took the call. The man's voice at the other end had eerily familiar tones. Who did I know on this planet? "Lory Gato," I confirmed. "CEAD message." My ears sharpened. The only reason for CEAD to call would be reassignment. It wasn't unknown for them to do it mid-planet visit, just less likely. I groaned inwardly. I'd just lashed out 250 Tanegi credits. It had better not be a recall. I'd barely opened my purchases. Wait, I didn't have to take the message here. I could ask them to hold on to it so I could pick it up. Security and all that. I couldn't read the message until I actually received it. Underhand was absolutely necessary. I resolved to wear the most expensive kit. Pick up the message tomorrow. Hey presto, instant expense claim. I can do this, all in a split second. "I'll come and pick it up tomorrow." Oh, the guile you need to survive in business. The voice at the other end switched to English. "Do you expect me to sit on this? What if it's urgent?" What was it with the language? We were off-world, so Pan was fine. "When did it arrive?" This is your message. I've let you know. I'm not coming running after you, and it's not my job to babysit it, urgent or not." Bluffing. Just bad cloak and dagger pantomime. As far as urgency went, I'd be amazed if the caller didn't know the exact contents of my message, unless it needed a private key. No, I would be adamant. Tomorrow or damned. Now, how would I phrase this? Things are a little inconvenient. It would be indelicate to go into detail. Let him think what he wanted. The tension breathed down the phone. I could feel Mr. Come and sort your problem trying to suck me into his world. All was the same. Want you to sort out their problems. It wasn't working. "Look, Mr. Gato, I'm not going to sit in a spaceport waiting for you to show up. I have things to do. You want it? Come looking for me." Menacing. I felt a bit uncomfortable at that. I put on a brave face. "Where can I contact you?" "Club Inal." Club Inal? But it was shut down. That voice. Things started to click. Was this a tall, sarcastic guy? It sounded like it. Did he know he was talking to me? I hope not. I had a bad feeling about Club Inal. Closed clubs mean trouble. No, I'd rather not make plans to go back there. Suddenly, my scheme to cut my expenses had acquired holes. "Look, I can maybe get to the port in a couple of hours." "I finish in 30. Your choice." He'd stuck with English all the way through, and he'd got me where he wanted. My dinner date was on ice. I fumed. Lassier's eyes narrowed. Problems? Okay, you don't sweet-talk aliens. It wasn't the rule. You just don't do it. Crossed wires come from difference. That equals crossed lines and big problems, but it doesn't mean you act like a heel. Certainly you don't break an arrangement part way through. On some planets that'd be a deadly insult. She'd put herself out to convenience me. What could I say? I sighed. This had bad results, whatever I did. The engagement had to be broken off. With a sinking heart I answered, paperwork. Oh, then I suppose you'd better get on with it. She'd gone hard, officious.